Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classic review. That's of the Wave 6 figure, Killer Moth. Take a look at this, mothy boy right here. Yes, Killer Moth. Killer Moth first showed up in the Silver Age. And Killer Moth is the utter most ridiculous, foolish, horrible villain of all time. And in the Silver Age, things were a lot more campier, a lot more goofier, and a lot more lighthearted. So, Killer Moth is the ultimate byproduct of the Silver Age. See, the writers portrayed him as a serious character, but, well, the fans never saw him as a serious character. And he first showed up when Batgirl first showed up. And for then, their fates were forever intertwined, because he really first officially shows up in Batgirl Year 1 in the modern continuity. And there, the writers see him as a joke. They portray him as a joke. And the fans also see him as a joke, thus solidifying Killer Moth as the biggest joke of all time in comics. He's a horrible villain, and he really is. He's a goofball, a joke. Killer Moth's history is that he was a criminal, and a really bad criminal. He couldn't get the job done, so he decides to become a mass criminal. And not much improves. He's still a horrible criminal who can't get anything done. The only time he was ever successful was when he teamed up with Firefly, who was a complete badass, so of course he was pretty successful. But eventually Firefly kicks his ass to the curb, goes on his own, and Killer Moth forever solidifies himself as a joke. Now Killer Moth does make a deal with the Dark Lord Nero to gain supernatural powers in exchange for his soul. And suddenly I just don't seem to care. And I just don't know what happens after that. Because again, it's Killer Moth. He's Killer Moth. What can I say? Anyways, enough about this horrible villain, and let's talk about the figure itself. Now, Killer Moth, right off the bat, you'll notice that his body is just a remold or a retooling of the Nightwing body. Pretty much the same exact thing, with the exception of the head, the holster, and the wings. Now, I have a problem with this. Maybe this is Mattel being lazy, or maybe they're just realizing that they shouldn't put effort into a character that's just so horrible. But the body itself is too cut and too jacked for Killer Moth. Killer Moth is always portrayed as a gangly, thin kind of person that doesn't have muscles. As you can see here, he's fairly jacked and he's fairly cut. And this does bother me quite a bit. I wish they kind of just gave him a skinny mold. But then again, this is Mattel probably just being lazy or just not caring. I'm sure if I was in Mattel's shoes, I probably wouldn't care either. Of course, if I was in Mattel's shoes, I'd probably never make Killer Moth. The figure does have quite a unique color scheme. Light green, light orange, and purple. A light purple and a light yellow. Yeah, it is light yellow for his insignia. Now, there are a few differences to this character to the Nightwing mold. First and foremost is the different head. Now the head, I don't mind. I actually like the head. It's a cool mode. The only problem with the head I have is that it has no detailing whatsoever besides the eyes. It's just kind of cool looking. It's just horrible detail. He also has wings, which don't fold, don't move. They're just there. They're pretty translucent. On one hand, they look cool, but on the other hand, they're kind of a hassle when posing, so I'm opposed to them. Now, he has a holster with his gun in there, and there's this little Killer Moth gun, and the holster holds the gun pretty well. You can take the gun out. You have to kind of wiggle it out and slide it into his hand, which holds it also pretty well. The gun looks kind of cool, but it's Killer Moth, so why should I care? Honestly, why should I care? I'm just going to wrap this up. On a whole, Killer Moth, I don't care about the character. The mold really didn't impress me because it's just reusing the same mold. I might have cared for the mold. I would have cared for the figure if they did a completely different mold. Then I can be like, well, this is a good original Killer Moth figure. But this is just taking the old Nightwing mold. And where it may work with other characters, it doesn't work with Killer Moth. So take a good look at Killer Moth, because this is the last you'll ever see of him. At least on my videos. Unless I do another collection video, which he'll probably show up, but I'll probably have him behind everything else. Yeah. Killer Moth. Unless you're a completist like me and you have to get the Build-A-Figure, I would highly recommend avoiding this figure. just plain downright horrible. And it's Killer Moth. With that said, I'm going to end this review here. This is Andrew saying peace out for now.